Work hard, have fun, and make history. We can't be in survival mode. We have to be in growth mode. Life's too short to hang out with people who aren't resourceful. People who are right most of the time are people who change their minds often. Invention is by its very nature disruptive. If you want to be understood at all times, then don't do anything new. If you never want to be criticized, for goodness sake, don't do anything new. If you build a great experience, customers tell each other about that. Word of mouth is very powerful. You have to be willing to be misunderstood if you're going to innovate. If you think about the long term, then you can really make good life decisions that you won't regret later. If you double the number of experiments you do per year, you're going to double your inventiveness. Frugality drives innovation, just like other constraints do. One of the only ways to get out of a tight box is to invent your way out. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. We are our choices. Build yourself a great story. We're not competitor obsessed, we're customer obsessed. We start with the customer and we work backwards. Where you are going to spend your time and your energy is one of the most important decisions you get to make in life. If we can keep our competitors focused on us while we stay focused on the customer, ultimately we'll turn out all right. If you only do things where you know the answer in advance, your company goes away. If you don't understand the details of your business, you are going to fail. It's not an experiment if you know it's going to work. If you want to be inventive, you have to be willing to fail. Determine what your customers need and work backwards. All businesses need to be young forever. If your customer base ages with you, you're Woolworths. Invention requires a long-term willingness to be misunderstood. Advertising is the price you pay for unremakable thinking. Though we are optimistic, we must remain vigilant and maintain a sense of urgency. If we think long term, we can accomplish things that we couldn't otherwise accomplish. The most important single thing is to focus obsessively on the customer. Our goal is to be Earth's most customer-centric company. death knell for any enterprise is to glorify the past, no matter how good it was. The great thing about fact-based decisions is that they overrule the hierarchy. Effective process is not bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is senseless process. If you're truly obsessed over customers, it'll cover a lot of errors. Our premise is there are going to be a lot of winners. It's not winner take all. Other people do not have to lose for us to win. Seek instant gratification, or the elusive promise of it, and chances are you'll find a crowd there ahead of you. Your brand is formed primarily, not by what your company says about itself, but what the company does. If you build a great product or service, people will talk about it. But it starts with having something that's worth talking about. People love their horses, too. But you don't keep riding your horse to work just because you love it. Cultures aren't so much planned as they evolve from that early set of people. If you have a business model that relies on customers being misinformed, you better start working on changing your business model. If you invent frequently and are willing to fail, then you never get to that point where you really need to bet the whole company. You don't choose your passions choose you. If you're going to invest in an internet stock, you must be a long-term investor. In Seattle, you haven't had enough coffee until you can thread a sewing machine while it's running.